Thank you. Do I still need this mic here? Hello, everybody. My road trip took place actually 40 years ago. It was June 28th, 1974. I grew up in Springfield, and I had my group of friends from the neighborhood. I went to O'Hara, but most of my friends were at Springfield High School. And one of the things that kept us together, besides movies, we loved movies, anything De Niro or Nicholson, we were there. And besides television, because we loved MASH. We would get together for MASH, and we get together for Saturday Night Live. Never missed Saturday Night Live. But the thing that kept us together, the glue of our friendship, was music. And you know, growing up in the 70s, that was the ideal time if you loved music. And we all had stereos in our cars. I actually had an 8-track. My friend Joey had a Volkswagen. He put mind blowers in the Volkswagen. Okay, he had mind blower speakers on the back deck of his Volkswagen. I think I'm hard of hearing to this day from riding around the back of that car. Yeah. And we were lucky because one of our friends, actually two of them, were savants when it came to music. They knew who the up-and-coming artists were, before they made it big. We were going to see, we saw Genesis at Ag Hall in Ag Hall in Allentown. And Billy Joel on the floor of the Lehigh University gymnasium, or he was doing a college tour, the Piano Man tour. I was right on the floor, right in front of him. He was right there. I could touch his feet. So when King Crimson tickets went on sale, we were there. So Danny and I ran to the Corvettes in Springfield. They had a Ticketron on the second floor. If any of you remember that, it was in the back where the freight elevator was and the bathrooms, right? And we were the first in line and the last. And we bought 10 tickets. So because we knew at least 10 people would go, because we had a large crowd to choose from. And so the next couple of months we spent trying to get people to come up with their money. The spirit was willing, but the cash was weak. So we managed to at least collect for 9 people, and of course Mark still owes me to this day. We piled into 2 cars. Now I got in with Danny. He had his parents' station wagon because they didn't believe his Pontiac was going to make it. So there were 6 of us in there, and then 4 in Joey's Volkswagen. And but we had to get ready. The day before, I put myself in charge of beer. So I got the beer. Of course, nobody was 21 yet. So I had the scam going. My parents were regular customers at Kelly's in Drexel Hill. They delivered. So in my best adult voice, I ordered the beer, had it delivered. When I was expecting the delivery, I went and got my sister's bike out of the garage, turned it upside down in the driveway, threw some wrenches and a can of oil. And when the truck arrived, I looked up and I waved and I ran to the door, "Mom!" And it disappeared in the house. And I came out with the money. "Mom's in the bathroom." She said, "Put it in the garage, you know where." And I paid for it. And then after he left, Danny pulls in. We loaded up the car and ran the beer over to Joey's, where we had a safe refrigerator. They had a refrigerator in the garage his parents never looked in. And the only other thing then, we had to get the pot, of course. One of the guys from Upper Darby managed to get a lid of Panama Red. That stuff was good. I mean, it was so good. I lost my keys before I smoked it. I mean, stuff was unbelievable. So we headed out for the day the concert came. We started for the Walt Whitman Bridge. And when we're on the North-South Freeway, I think it was, we didn't have a radio. That was the problem. We had an AM/FM in Danny's parents' car, but we didn't have a stereo. No tape deck. So we were listening to local stations, and along the North-South Freeway, Golden Earring, okay, Radar Love comes on. So Mark was quick to change the station. Now we're up in Bordendale getting on the New Jersey Turnpike. It comes on again. So I had to change the station. You found another station. Then it came on 3 more times, but before we got to the show. It was maddening. So we get off, I guess it was Heightstown was our exit. And of course, we needed to make a pit stop. We didn't know where Joey was at this point. I don't know if he was in front of us or behind us. So after we were done, we were getting in the car, and I could hear him coming. Couldn't see him, but we can hear that boom box. I said, "Here he comes." So we waited for them. So they stopped and they did their refreshment, and then we finished the ride to the casino in Asbury Park. And of course we were late, and we had to park remote, and we made the long trek to the doors. And as we're going through the turnstile, I could hear the muffled sound of a show going on, and I was really upset. And I asked one of the ushers, I said, "They came on, the King Crimson come on already?" And he said, no, that's the second band. You remember the second band comes on first. So that was relief. So we get into the arena, and as we're going to the seats, what comes on the stage? Radar Love. Change the station, I'm telling you, change the station. So as the denouement, a year later, we're on our camping trip, and we were sitting around a campfire reminiscing, and of course we're talking about music and our favorite concerts and the best concerts, and I reminisced the story of the trip to see King Crimson in Asbury Park. And I told the story how Radar Love was coming on the whole ride up, and then after we got there and we go in, who's on the stage? Radar Love. But the guys didn't seem to appreciate the irony. And I was curious about that. But then Pete explained. He said, Mario, he said, Radar Love, the Golden Earring was in town that weekend. Everybody was playing that song. And that's my story. Thank you.
Mario, everybody.